Hello, welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. My name is Liz, and I will be guiding you on this journey today. Big sigh. I don't even know where that came from. But anyway, this is a reading for Aries. Did I say that? I already don't remember. This is a reading for Aries. Wherever Aries shows up in your chart, definitely be sure to check out your zodiacs, or your zodiac. This is a zodiac sign. Your human design profile reading. If you don't know your human design profile, I'll put a link in the description for you to get your human design body graph, and your profile will be one of the bits of information about you on there. So we have your oracle card. It's seasons. Love that. Oh my gosh, my my fingernails. I'm sorry. I was just repotting a bunch of plants. I sell plants in a coffee shop. At least for now, the coffee shop is actually closing next weekend, like a week from tomorrow, which is super sad. But greedy ass landlords, you know? What are you gonna do? Anyway, so I've been stalking. I've been stocking the shelf. I have so many plants. These are all my plants behind me, but my house looks like a nursery. So I've just been stocking it up, and anyway, that's why I have dirt under my fingers, my fingernails. So I might close this door too. Why is this such a mess? It feels like it's been all over the place, and it's been 2 minutes. So this is going to be fun. Let's get your tarot cards out. We'll read about the seasons card, which is probably pretty straightforward. We have the Four of Swords, which is a break. Ooh, we have the Sun, Two of Pentacles. I'm not going to take those because I feel like that was operator error, and my immediate thought was no anyway, but the Eight of Swords under the Four of Swords, yeah. The Queen of Cups under the Sun card, and the Ten of Pentacles under the Two of Pentacles. I love that. Ten of Wands at the bottom of the deck, Six of Pentacles. Yeah, I mean, it seems like there's some heavy shit that you're working through here, but I mean, you're doing it, you know? So the Seasons card says, there are seasons to everything, our lives, careers, and relationships. These provide life's ebbs and flows. Sometimes we want to go, 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 but the season we're in is asking us to stop. It's important to identify which we're in so we can flow with it. Rest if it's called for, work hard, or reap the harvest if it's time. Forcing something in the wrong season can cause burnout. Things take time. Listen to the period you're in. What's it telling you? How can you make the most of the season while preparing for the next? The day you plant the seed is not the day you eat the fruit. Look to the seasons when choosing your cures. Hippocrates. It is interesting because we have the Four of Swords with the Eight of Swords. So it's interesting because, like I said, the Four of Swords is about rest. It's literally giving yourself time. It's giving yourself a break. Swords are about our minds, our thoughts. It's taking a mental break. I love that the little book that came with this deck has little keywords, and I've been loving the keywords. It says pause, rest, time advancing, silence. Days go by and the sun stays high in the sky. In this moment of respite, the sun blazes brighter than ever in the swirling mess of emotions. Afraid to come down and face the truth, the sun swallows the world in heat when the sun should have been resting instead. What's also interesting is that the Sun card is right next to the Four of Swords. And with the Eight of Swords coming out after it, this kind of has this feeling of not wanting to deal with your emotions. It's like not wanting to face yourself, because we have this figure that has a moon for a head. And, generally in astrology, the moon talks about our subconscious, the hidden parts of us, our emotional body, how we process and deal with emotions. The Eight of Swords is like a self-inflicted mind prison. There's all of these swords that, they're sitting in the middle of. So it could be, stories that are coming up, gremlins, self-sabotage, doubts, fears. There's a lot of really good information in this Eight of Swords, though. It is kind of like a downer kind of card. However, though, like, if you don't know what these swords are that keep you in this place of feeling stuck, trapped, just some sort of like mental, like something or other that just, it kind of keeps coming around. You get to a certain point and it just kind of slingshots you back. You have to discover like what those things are so that you can shed light on them, so that you can move past them. It says hopelessness, self-pity, lack of clarity, self-imprisonment. Overwhelmed by the commitment of being both the sun and the moon, the sun slumps into despair. The realization of his actions have finally hit home, and the hopelessness begins to swallow him in a feeling of self-pity. This is, I feel like, what the book was talking about. Like, if you are trying to force something, like if you know that you need rest, but for whatever reason, you're not honoring that within yourself, then again, it's grounds for burnout, frustration, anger, disappointment, bitterness. So, and again, there's so much information to be found with sitting with your thoughts, observing your thoughts, and even like, what the hell am I thinking? And why am I thinking that? Right? Because I also see swords as being the suit of ego, because that's generally where we hear our ego is in our minds. And our ego is created by the stories that we attach to situations, feelings, circumstances, experiences, right? And that becomes the reason why we do things and why we don't do things, whether those stories are true or not, and whether they're even our stories or not. Maybe somebody down the road told you you were a certain way and you accepted that as part of your identity. And it's kept you small. It's kept you imprisoned in a certain capacity. It's created self-pity and doubt and fear and all those things, right? So, but our ego becomes the filter that everything goes through in order for us to kick out a perception of our reality We receive information from our environment. It goes through the filter of our ego, and then it kicks out a story based on whatever, that filter is. I mean, it's obviously different for everyone. You could have grown up in the same house with a sibling, and you're both going to have different experiences, different filters, right? So it's interesting because there's something here that through resting, or even just allowing the space for that thing to just float up into your consciousness, there's an ability to heal it, even if it really is just needing to rest so that your body, your energy, your mind, whatever can reset. However long that takes, right? It may not just be one day. It may be multiple days. Really, it's going to be different for everybody, right? So the Sun card, it's associated to Leo, but the Sun is like everything good. It's joy, it's bliss. It also talks about healing, rebirth, rejuvenation. It could even be a message about going outside. Go sit in the sun if that is accessible to you. Like in the northern hemisphere, we're going into summer, so it's starting to warm up here. Soak up some vitamin D. Maybe take a vitamin D supplement if you need to. But this is also, it's shedding light on something in your life. And again, we have this sun up here. It's interesting that even in the Eight of Swords, it was talking about the sun having to be both the sun and the moon. There's this whole storyline in each suit, but there's this thing going on between the moon and the sun in the suit of swords, and by the King of Swords, they get their shit together. But we all have the sun and the moon in our charts, right? So depending on where your sun is, you could be an Aries sun. You could be a different sun sign if you're an Aries rising. But, depending on where your sun is, maybe you are experiencing some tension. There's something that's being illuminated in that aspect of your life, wherever your sun, whatever house your sun falls in. Also your moon. Though I know we have, is it a new moon or a full moon coming up this week? I think on the 23rd. Is it Sagittarius? I think. Because we just had a Gemini. Why can I never remember? It's either a new moon or a full moon. I want to say it's going to be full for some reason. It is going to be full. Okay. I had to think about that for a second, because I'm like, if the sun is going to be in Gemini and the moon is going to be in Sagittarius, and they're going to be opposing each other, so that would be a full moon. Here we go. We're back. So again, there could just be something going on there. Between your sun sign, your moon sign. And really, I'm only saying that just because of the relation here. And then we have the Queen of Cups. Cups have to do with our emotions. Again, I was talking about the moon. But queens are when we embody the energy of the suit ourselves. We recognize the energy, we master the energy. So this would be a clarity of emotions. It's like a step up as far as emotional maturity goes, a maturing of emotions. It says compassionate, emotionally mature, exceeding expectations, and warmth. The compassionate Queen of Cups offers a bowl of cool water. She is graceful, beautiful, and above all, caring. She teaches important lessons about love and ignites others to change from within. I also kind of think that it's interesting that it's paired with the Sun card, And there's this energy kind of coming out of the cup here. That could be steam, because what happens to water when you apply like fire to it, if it's in a bowl, right? Like I'm thinking like boiling water, and it like releases steam. And to me, like, steam is purifying. I just had a facial yesterday, and they use steam to open your pores, right? So again, it's just this, I don't know why it's even coming through that way, but like there could be something that is being expanded and extracted even, right? Because I mean, part of that process of doing that is to clean out, if there's any gunk or anything that's kind of getting stuck in your pores. It makes it easier to extract those things. So even with the 4 of Swords and the 8 of Swords here, even though that was backwards, but there's something here that, like the energy is available for you to extract something that's maybe just stuck in your consciousness, your subconscious even. However, it's like you have to have this awareness of that in order to extract it. Because otherwise you're gonna be like, I have no fucking idea what you're talking about. Right. Yeah. You need to look within, sit with those thoughts, observe, right? But also like follow the breadcrumbs. Where is this thought originating from? Where's the root or the anchor of this thought, this behavior pattern, this thought pattern? Is it true or not? Is it a true story for you? Is it something that you believe to be true about yourself, about your life, about your outlook? And if it's not, change it. Shed light on it, right? Bring it to a boil, let it steam, extract it. Which this is so gross. I'm sorry. I hope you don't mind. It just like this just feels like extracting like a blackhead. Right? Oh my God. You're probably like, bye. But the 2 of Pentacles talks about balance, adaptability, restructuring, multitasking. As the sea continues to create more stones, it must also learn balance. If it were to create too many stones, the sea would be swallowed by the land. Not enough, and the sea would surely slip away. Would the sea cease to exist if there was no beginning and no end, but just an endless pool? Pentacles have to do with our money, how we get it, how we save it, how we spend it. So it could be your job, how you make an income. It's our time. What are we spending our time doing? Where are we physically showing up in our lives? It's our health and our physical body. Is anything that we place worth and value on. So even your energy, right? Like the materials that you possess. So you could be finding balance in those things. Even like boundaries kind of came to mind. People pleasing, like not doing things, giving things away, overdoing things because of like this mentality. And I also feel like giving yourself the time, the space to rest it's like it'll naturally create this balance for you, because it's also like discovering what is taking too much of your time, what is taking too much of your resources. Are you not charging enough for your services? Are you offering too many services in your job? Are you not being reimbursed or compensated properly? Because it is about balance. And then we have the 10 of Cups, which is the 10 of Pentacles, sorry. Which is, I don't know what I was about to say, but it is 10. So let me get my thoughts back together, because I don't know what I was just going to say. But it's a card of success. I love that we go from the Two of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles, because through creating this balance, it like creates more opportunity or abundance for you. This is a card about like generational wealth, legacy. I always like with these stones being stacked like that, I think of Moana. And you know, like part of their tradition is that each chief adds a stone on top of whatever the mountain is called. So it's almost even like coming into your own. That could have been, you know, through the help of others. Generally, tens include other people. So that's, again, you know, like generational wealth. It has to do with like family or community, even, of course, your legacy, right? Because your legacy is remembered. Not to mention the balancing act here. We started with 2, now there's 10, but they're perfectly in balance. And they're all happy. Look at their little smiling faces. That's so funny. And then we have the 10 of Wands, which is interesting. Wands have to do with action. It's a motivation behind the actions that we take, creativity, passion. How are you communicating those things? What actions are you taking towards those things? I also see Wands as being the suit of like information by way of experience, because that's what we get by trying things, right? We get information, we figure things out. We, you know, what works, what doesn't work, what do we like, what don't we like, what stays and what goes, right? And truly the only way to figure that out is by doing. And this is all that experience that you picked up along the way. However, that also creates wisdom. It is a 10, so it's a completion. This card generally does talk about burden. I mean, they're carrying all these wands on their back. They even have white hair. So it's, you know, again, the picking up information along the way, just the journey of life. It says carrying weight, burden, responsibility, taking on too much. The traveler sets out on their final journey to the peak of the mountain. Here at the top of the world, they toss the wands into the sky, conducting the lightning to charge the world with magic. It was a great burden to carry, as the traveler knew they could not return after this final trek. That's interesting. What the fuck? Yeah, I mean, there's no going back. There's no going back. We have the 6 of Pentacles. After that, this is about giving and receiving. There's a reciprocal energy with the 6 of Pentacles. It could be a mentor, whether that's you or somebody else. It's sharing resources also. There's usually no strings attached when it comes to the 6 of Pentacles. So it's like charity, volunteering, giving back, accepting charity, new hope, alignment. The sea realizes that it cannot hold back what was never its to keep, expels all the stones at rock bottom. In this moment of freedom, the stones begin to form the land, giving the sea the structure it never had. So it's like this working together thing that happens. Beautiful. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for allowing me to read your cards. I will talk to you soon. Bye.